Here we are, the backyard. Check it out. A little hummingbird. So cute. Alright, you guys. This was a big exciting project where we put in these dirt lockers here. And it's all planted, ready to go. But the problem is irrigation. And this existing drip system is just really wonky compared to what we need for this space. So we're gonna replace it. And we'll use some parts from this, but chances are we're gonna rebuild the whole thing. Watch and see what we do. Okay, so the best thing to do is make a map of what you're gonna do. So we know that we have something coming here and going there. It's either coming or going. We know that there's feeders going off to the side here and here. So everything else is our map of the terrace system. The blue lines here are going to be small tubes with drips, and the pink is going to be the main line. So we're going to need a T. We're going to need a T, a T, a T, a connector or an elbow, a connector. And that should do it. So look at all these parts. Let's get to it. The parts we need are couplers, T's, end caps, and then the little bubblers. And these are staked bubblers, so each plank gets the water it needs. We've got the small drip irrigation line here. This is just connectors for the bubblers from the main line. And then here's the main line. We should have plenty. Look at that little bunny. As you can see, there's a lot going on up here, and nothing really ends in the right spots. So we're gonna make it work. You can see there's bends here and old stuff that's popped off and random stuff. So we're gonna cut it and start over. Here goes the first cut. We're gonna have water. A lot of it. This is coming down. But is this the feed? Or is this where it ends? And if we're gonna do it, we gotta do it. Where should we do this one? It's got a little feeder that goes up. Kind of counterintuitive, but we might need it. So we're gonna cut right here. As we come down, this one is gonna be unsightly on the left-hand side. We're gonna connect it to the right. So we're gonna cut it right here. All right, let's see what happens. We got this one coming from over there, coming from out there. And this, you're killing anything? And that's it. Looks better already. You hear that? I want ice cream now. I've been dying to figure out where the main line was. It's this one. Where this line was coming sideways before, I dug this out so we can go straight down. This is gonna bring our T down here. All right, we're going to connect this one with a connector. And some fresh line. All right. There we go. All right, here's a piece that we cut off from the big system, and it's going to be just long enough to get to our corner. Perfect. All right, so this one's going to be a corner. Put this fresh tube going down. Gotta check the ends, make sure it's still round so it can fit over that sleeve. So these big hanging loose ends, now we're gonna stake them down. It's time for our first crossover. That'll be the second row down. So that's gonna go from here, behind that grassy bit, behind the lantana, and then back to the back side. All right, we're gonna use a coupler for this one. And some fresh line. All right. Well, this is just gonna go across. Nice. All right, so this line here is our first transverse piece that does not connect to another line. So we need an end piece. And this is an end. You can see inside there's teeth here. And on this end, there's a cap that unscrews so we can actually use it to blow out the lines. So it's nice to have something like this. And it's just gonna twist on, compress it, press it hard. And if we ever need to get it off, you can squeeze like this and it's gonna pull those teeth in so you can pull it back out. But we're not gonna do that right now. We want it on. So there it is, our initial ladder setup. Everything coming across to match the terraces. We got a coupling there, a T over there, a corner, Some T's going down on the back side, and then a coupling connecting to the bottom one. We're going to turn the water on and hopefully there's no leaks. The water's on. We're under pressure. Looks good. All right, so our main lines are in, and the next thing we need to do is add the drips at each plant. Today we're going to use a bubbler, and it's on a stake. The water goes in and then comes out through the top. This right here is a connector. But as you can see, it comes out 360 degrees, and it's variable. So you can actually tighten this to make less water or open it up to make more water. And this will go from 0 to 13 gallons per hour, depending how you set it. The drips are attached with a feeder line, and this is a smaller line. Now, the system that we pulled out uses these. This is an inline dripper, and then at the end they had a dripper that has a built-in check valve, and so that keeps the water from backflowing. You can get these bubblers in big multi-packs or smaller packs. And then this is a half round, so water only comes out in a half circle. This feeder line comes in a big spool. That way you can just feed out as much as you need and cut it off as you go. Like I said, the bubbler has an attachment right on it. You want to snip that off. All right, get a nice clean edge. This has two sides. There's a pokey side that's sharp, and then a barbed side here that's going to go into your tube. Okay, so the plant stem is here. We're going to put our bubbler right about here. And so we're going to insert probably from right here, so this doesn't have to be a long one. We'll give it a little extra. We're just going to snip and then attach it to our bubbler here. And then we want to think about the rooting. So this is going to go kind of direct, and I want to have a hole somewhere that gets in there, so probably one right about here. Now then, in a pinch, you can use this sharp point right here to jam a hole. But I'm going to use this little screwdriver because it's definitely a nice poker. Pops right in. Look at that. There's water in the lines from previously. We know it's doing its job. And then twist it in. And we're just going to set this bad boy down there. And that's it. That's how you do a drip. We can close it off and then open it just a little bit, because we know we only want a little water coming out here. So snip. The sharp end out. This one's gonna go just above here from in here. So probably about this much line. We're going to attach it to our bubbler. We're going to dial it down and then open it just a little bit. Oops, sorry. We're going to poke a hole. You want to make sure that the hole is smaller than the barb. And again, use this sharp barb to open this up. Make sure it's seated all the way. And there we go. Easy peasy. All right, 2 down and What, like 18 to 20 to go? Let's do this. So this one is coming from an upper terrace going down to a lower terrace. Now there's nothing planted here yet, but we wanted to prepare for the future. So we just turned this one off by closing it all the way. Just like that, we're in business. This little guy's gonna get a nice drip. Oh yeah. If we want to adjust the flow, just open it up. It's got a lot more. So how do you know if it's too much? I think this one is getting a lot more water than that one above it. So let's tone it down a little bit. Just a couple drips. Do an inspection, make sure that they're all running. If you have them consistent, then we should be good. But at the end of the day, or the end of the watering cycle, you can look and see who's got big wet marks and who's more dry. Depending on your plant, you can adjust accordingly. So that's it. We did a successful drip irrigation install. If you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up. If you really liked it, consider subscribing to the channel. If you need any drip system equipment, check the links in the description. We've got you covered. Thanks again, and have a great day.